Hello and what the heck is up, my Atlanteans? Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. This video has been a long time coming, and this is probably the biggest episode of this installment of Fangtober, where I unbox all of the Skullector dolls that I've been wanting to open. And yes, guys, today we will be opening the Bride of Frankenstein Skullector dolls. And the reason why this one is so big is because this was not only my most sought after Monster High Skullector Universal collab, but also the Bride of Frankenstein x Frankenstein are my absolute most favorite Universal horror monsters, and also one of my absolute favorite movies ever. I've read the book, I have the comic books, I have the manga adaptation, I own the movies, and I have like all these Frankenstein action figures. I'm a very big Frankenstein fan, specifically the original one with Boris Karloff and the second one. So let's get right into this video. This is what the box looks like. When did this one even come? So this came out in 2022, about the same year that the Ghoulia doll came out. So that gives you a good understanding of where we were at for Monster High as an overall brand. It was kind of crazy that they released these guys so quickly. I would love to have a remake just because of you'll see. From the front of the box, we have the classic electricity coming down from the top of the door, and then we have the bride as well as the monster on either side of the box to give you an idea of who you're gonna get, who you might get in this box. And on this side we have the Bride of Frankenstein logo with the Monster High Skullector logo at the bottom. This side we have another image of the monster and the bride. And on the back here we have the Frankenstein blurb. Bride of Frankenstein doll. I want friend like me. What does a monster have to do to find a mate? Have her built, of course. Dr. Frankenstein was a little hesitant to help, but with his fiancée screaming from a deep, dank dungeon, it wasn't hard to convince him to get with the program. So a little human heart here, a cadaveric leg there, zap with lightning and bam, she's alive. Alive! The Bride of Frankenstein. Look at her in all her ghoulish glam glory. That shocking hair really pops against the chilling gauzy white gown, and did you get a peek at her shoes? Like Dr. Pretorius says, science like love has her little surprises, and my pale bride is just full of them. Man, we look so good together. It's causing a real mob in the village. If only she would stop screaming when she sees my handsome mug. I guess it's like Pretorius said. Ugh, I really hate quoting that guy. The heart is more complex than any other part of the body. One day she'll see, dead or alive, we were made for each other. Oh my god, that is so freaking sweet. So yeah, it basically brought you straight front and back of the film The Bride of Frankenstein, which is what these dolls were based off of. No, there's Frankenstein and then The Bride of Frankenstein. And I love that we went through the details of the bride, which is really pretty. Okay, let's open up the doors, and here they are. So effing cute, bro. Okay, so we have the monster himself and his bride. Very beautiful, very sweet. If you know anything about the Bride of Frankenstein and how that goes, you'll understand why we are in this setting. So here we are in Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. You have the little zapper in the middle here. We have the actual bed thing that the bride came off of. On this side, what do we have? We have, what are these? The stairs? These are stairs. There's a little rat here, and we have a little chair, very cute. And then on this side, we have, some hints to the surprise that might be talking about on the back of the box. At the top here, where I suppose Frankenstein would be, or I'm sorry, the monster might be, have a little thingy that says, "We belong dead in electricity." And if you know what that means, you know what that means. You know what? There might be spoilers to the actual film here, and I'm just warning y'all now. Yes, we have what seems to be the moment when the bride is fully realized. She has just walked out off of her bed, and the monster is trying to console her, hold her hand. But right after he does so, she takes a look at his face and screams. And that is the end of their love story, pretty much. Yay! Apologize for nerding out so much. I just love this movie so much and I love these characters. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox these dolls, and we're gonna take a closer look at them and everything that they come with. I just got the monster and his bride right out of the box, and you know what? I had very low hopes for these dolls. Not because I thought Frankenstein was like a lame theme for these dolls. Obviously not. I want my Frankenstein monster idol so bad. And I will say generally, like, I thought that these were going to be so suckish. Like, because in the images, in the stock images, I don't know how they do it, but they look generic as fuck, and they also look cheap as hell. So I was like going into this about to be like, oh, like, even though it looks like this, like, all I can say is like, at least it looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, I was gonna like justify a lot of things because there's a lot of bias with me and Frankenstein, but I'm taking them out and I'm like, not only are each of them pretty weighty for like what they are, they each come with really high quality pieces to their outfit, which is really interesting. And they both have like brand new sculpts and just like so much. The first thing that I will say is right out of the box, they are pretty much perfect. Like, even though that there were some tacks even in the dress, I don't know how they do it, but whatever textile they use for the dress, it doesn't snag really. At least the way I was doing it, it didn't snag at all, and usually I create holes in my dolls' dresses, but this one isn't too bad. Otherwise, there was actually no issues taking them out of the box. They're pretty easy to get out. Of course, just like any other Skullector doll, we have the certificate of authenticity from Mattel Creations. When it says, this certifies that your Monster High Skullector, Bride of Frankenstein doll materialized through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel, and it has a signature from the designer herself. Let's take a look at the monster himself. So first of all, he does come with his own black Monster High stand with the usual base and the usual man clip, as they would call it. And this is what the monster looks like right out of the box. He's practically perfect. His hair is molded, so there's nothing going crazy. Nothing was attached to the back of his head either. In terms of his likeness, looking like Boris Karloff, I think there is definitely an inspiration from Boris, with the low eyelids and the sunken in cheeks, but I think it kind of looks like a mishmash of all the Frankensteins that we got in the movie so far. So I quite like this sculpt. I think the fact that we got a male Frankenstein doll is kind of boring. I would have loved to see like Mattel's take on a femme Frankenstein character. I would have loved to see that, but I understand this is Frankenstein and the Bride, not through an interpretation. This is the actual characters. So this is what the universal monster looks like. We have the classic green skin, green gradient going around his eyes to kind of give off that sunken in type of look, which I think works quite well. I've studied Boris Karloff's head before, so I will say this kind of transition thingy happening here, quite accurate. We got the little staples at the top here too. He's got the classic neck bolt that we oh so miss so much for our Frankie. And going down to the outfit, his outfit is actually quite regular, but we'll go through it as deeply as we can. So first of all, he does have the classic Frankenstein jacket. This one, it seems to be modeled after the first film, because in the second film he has like ripped sleeves. So this one looks like it's coming from the first movie. This jacket is very, very nicely tailored. It suits him perfectly. No matter how you pose his hands, he looks very nice in the actual tuxedo jacket. The lapels are like actual lapels, like it's not just like pieces of fabric that are folded over, like it's fully made. The insides are not fully lined, unfortunately. It's only the front part that's lined, but you can see even the shoulders are very well structured. It's made out of a very thick material, which makes it feel quite luxe. The jacket itself is quite nice. I really like this. I might try this on my Frankie doll. And you can see on the inside that there is a Monster High Skullector tag as well. And underneath he's wearing this sleeveless t-shirt. I wonder if there's anything underneath. No. So it seems like he does have the regular Monster High Manster body. However, he does have a brand new hand mold, which is really cool. They're in this kind of grasping position. In the box, he is grasping for her hand, so that makes sense. Also, we got stitches along each arm. This one has a little staple, and this one, I don't think there's a staple on this one. Yeah, there's no staple on this one. But yeah, it's really cool to see some stitches on a character that's not Frankie. Down to the pants, it is just a simple pants pattern, so there's no pockets, no zips. Nothing to really write home about, but it's in the exact same fabric as the suit jacket, which I failed to mention. These like lightning print that goes throughout it. Like it's kind of embossed onto the actual jacket. Like it's not a full print, like it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like if you catch it in some light, you can see the lightning bolts very clearly, which I think is really nice. Because if we want to do like quintessential Frankenstein, he does literally just wear a black suit and pants combo. And going down to the shoes, which I am so obsessed with, that's crazy. Frankenstein is well known for his thick platform punk rock shoes, which did inspire a whole generation. Him in this outfit is actually kind of cunty. Okay, as you can see, the shoes are very thick, very stylized platform boots. The actual shoe has these stitches going all throughout it on each side, and it's not even like symmetrical, so it does give off this like stitched together type of look, which I really like. And the actual platform is really well sculpted. Like you can see the little scratches and dents all throughout it, which I think is just so cool. And then on the bottom you have something that looks like actual tread. I don't think it's inspired by any particular shoe really. And on his legs he does have little stitches on each of his ankles. So here is one ankle and here is another ankle, which is super cool. Getting into the bride herself, Elsa Lancaster. But basically this is what she looks like. She does have her own stand as well. Hers is completely just the classic Monster High stand, which is it's really sweet, though I would love to have a new stand for these guys, like maybe one that like fits together. So going into it, she on the other hand has so much hair. I love this bouffant type of situation. I just think it's so beautiful and it's so perfect for the Bride of Frankenstein. And another thing that I really wanted to say was, you can tell that whoever helped design these dolls really did pay attention, because I hate it when they give the white streaks on each side symmetrically, where in reality one should be a lot higher than the other one. So I'm really happy that they got it right for her. I think she so deserves it. Her face is just gorgeous. I also studied Elsa Lancaster's face, so I can see that there was a lot of influence specifically for her on this face, which I really appreciate. Also forgot to mention that they both have lightning bolts in their eyes, which is very Frankenstein of them. Oh, and the classic eyebrows, which are beautiful, and even the lips are so well done, I think. Then going into the actual outfit, I think she has the bulk of like the details and designs. So first of all, we need to talk about this cape. I don't know what this cape is for. I don't know if I'm here for it, but I'm glad it's included. So it's basically just this like mesh cape, and then it has even more pieces of mesh materials kind of flying off of it, which kind of gives this like electrified look, which I think is really pretty. So I don't have too much against it other than the fact that it's kind of like, what is this? But yeah, it kind of just like stays on like a cape pretty much, and it's, I guess it'd be easy to take off. Yeah, so it's literally kept on with an elastic. So let's take this off so we can take a full look at the outfit. I don't know guys, I kind of like this better already. So getting into it, so first of all, she is wearing this like, oh, how do I call this? Like this really nice like mesh material, which is really pretty. The see-through material to kind of represent the sort of sheet that she wears over top. I think it's quite accurate, other than the fact that it's like fully see-through. But it is accurate in the way that it's cut. That it's a higher neck and it is like sleeveless pretty much. And it is in this high-low style, which I thought looked a little cheap online. And even in real life, it's like a little, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like a high-low situation for the bride. I feel like she should be wearing something closer to a wedding dress. And she's got this belt that looks like it's made out of actual staples. And you can remove it. It is separate from the dress, which is really cool. And then if we go even deeper... Oh yeah, this is what it looks like without the belt. If we go even deeper, everything is... I was trying to remove the white part of the outfit, but as it turns out, this layer and this under layer is all connected in the back. So if that's something you might not be into, look out for that. For me personally, I cannot get behind that. I don't know why we are stitching stuff together for a collector doll. I don't believe in that. So going back into it, aside from the see-through material, for each sleeve she has this little puff sleeve situation, and it is meant to look like bandage wraps, as she did in the original film. And underneath, if you can see, oh, it's even like stitched together, bro. I don't know. I could wear this separate, I totally would, but as you can see, we got like this little dress with a slit underneath the see-through material, and it also looks like bandages, as it would for the brides. Oh, and her shoes. Oh, and I love her shoes. Also bandage, just as she would in the movie. She is not wearing shoes in the movie actually, but as you can see, it does have this kind of scientific look to it. I don't know if you guys would consider Frankenstein as sci-fi, but it kind of is, in the way that the idea is like science kind of taking over this guy's mind. If that's something, I think that's what that would mean. But yeah, so the shoes are bandaged up, and then for the actual platform, you got all these little bits and bobs that you would find on a scientist's desk. And then on the back we have the little ballerina as a heel. And if you've seen the movie, you know that this ballerina is a character that we meet. The ballerina in a test tube. Very sweet. For an object heel, I don't think this is that bad at all. In fact, I think I prefer this, like a nice nod to the original, because sometimes these object heels are a little too random for me, and I'm like, girl, where did you even get that? But I feel like the ballerina, like, it kind of started everything off, so I think it's good that they added that, because that would make sense for her. Okay, so yeah guys, that is the Bride of Frankenstein Skullector set. And I know they might not be everyone's cup of tea. Even for me personally, it was kind of hard for me to get behind the idea of like male Frankenstein doll just because I wanted a femme one so bad. But like looking at them together and seeing them in real life, I just think they're so gorgeous and they're so precious to me, and they're gonna be in my forever collection for sure. The only thing that I hate, oh, I'm so sad, is the fact that both layers of this dress are sewn together. I think that's absolutely ludicrous. It was not needed whatsoever, but that's really the only thing. Otherwise, they are quintessential. They are amazing. They are as accurate as you'd want them to be. Every Frankenstein fan should have tried to get these when they came out. I think they were about 160 Canadian dollars. So yeah, they were quite pricey, but for a Frankenstein Monster High doll set, oh, I had to get it. Without question, I had to get it. And I'm so glad I did, and I'm so happy they're here. But yeah, guys, that is everything for these guys. Let me know what y'all think about them. Up in the links in my description, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Bye-bye.